Greetings, welcome back to the God Brand channel. We are on a time crunch like you wouldn't fucking believe. So EC Monster, Raven, quarter scale, let's paint it. Righty, so we have a pretty simple base here. It's quite literally just rock with pebbles. We got legs, pretty much just really dark leather. I'll give them a purple hint, probably make them glossy. We did have right here a hole that I accidentally put in when I was doing these, but I filled that in and it's barely noticeable now. We got the body. I can't put this together and show you what it's like when it's all in one piece because it doesn't like stand on its own that way, because the pegs are triangular pegs, not you know, like regular rectangle pegs. So we got arms, we got all these little red gemmy parts we're gonna have to do. I'll probably use like a clear resin coat over that to make it pop. We got hair in 3 parts, so that all comes out and it goes in separately. Now, and then the belt, the cape, the thighs. Importantly, what I wanted to talk about, was this cape, this hood, and this body and the way it goes together. So this basically just clamps down on that, right? And then the head is supposed to go over on top, and then the hood is supposed to go over as well. But the way this hood is designed, as you can see, I've already joined it and smoothed it down and everything. They made this so you're supposed to clip this on after you've put the head in and glue it like that. And then also the hair, like there's just no way to do it. You know what I mean? Like there is no way I can paint this effectively and then put on this, glue it together, fill it, sand it, spray it, fill it, sand it, spray it till it's nice and smooth, while having the fully painted portrait inside. Like it's just not gonna work. So this, the death sentence. All right, immediately I'm jumping into the skin first. I'm using some Orcish dermis. Basically, I'm gonna be shooting that in the shadows. And reason being, she's practically supposed to be gray, like barely different from what she is now. So this has just been black and then a white zenithal, so a little white spray from above. And that's all I've done to it at the moment. But pretty much, if you look at Raven's skin, it's supposed to pretty much just be gray. I don't think that's really gonna look very good for what we're doing, so I'm going to use a really, really pale flesh tone for the general flesh once I've done this. And I'll have to make a judgment call and see what I can change to make it look more, you know, like what I want. But for now, I'm just gonna shoot this in any of the crevice parts, under parts of the muscle, under parts of the arm type thing, and we'll go from there. All right, moving straight to the base, we have Rhinox hide. This looks kind of sandy in the renders, so I'll probably stick around that for the most part, and I'll be stippling it Right, that'll do for now. Got some leather brown here. Working our way up the lighter tones. I didn't even bother cleaning the brush. Alright, starting to get a bit more rocky looking, you know? We're getting a little bit more closer to the vision at hand. I'm going to continue to brighten it more, particularly around like these areas, and I don't know what I'll do with the rocks yet. Onto Baneblade Brown. I'm gonna keep this part mostly to like the flat, hard ground area. I'm gonna do the stones in like with a bit of a reddish tint. Don't ask me why, it's just what I'm doing. It's just the vibe. Okay. Cool. All right, going back to the pebbles here, I have some Doomball Brown. This is a really red tinted brown. Using a flat brush like this, so I have a bit more control. Because I don't really want to hit everything, I kind of just want to hit the rocks. And now onto Scrag Brown, which is slightly brighter version of the last one. Just typically how we do all dry brushing, going from dark to light. I got some white in with the last color just to brighten it up. All right, I've got a little bit of a random mix. I'm trying to figure out the skin tones for this raven. And I have a wolf grey and highlight flesh, light flesh. And I mix those together and we got a pretty dull looking mixture here, super watered down as well. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll have a look and see. we have Hexed Lichen. This is a very dark, very rich purple. Going to be using this in the hair. I might also shoot a little bit on the leggings and maybe in the cape as well. I don't know, I'll see. I might be using a different special color I have in mind. We'll see how we go, but we'll put a base coat of this dark purple hair on first. And we'll put this on first because we might lead on to lighter colors at the tips of the hair. We'll see how we're feeling. Alright, I got the same purple, but now I added a couple drops of white. Brighten it up a little bit, and I'm just going to hit the tips of the hair. Warning, creative liberties alert. I'm going to be using this black hole color shifting metallic, which is a blue purplish color from SMS. This is it says an acrylic lacquer here. This is a Australian made brand that I found recently. I went and bought about 10, 15 different paints from them. I haven't really used any of them on a model yet. I'm gonna speckle this a little bit lightly over the hair that we just did, just to see what it does, see if it looks pretty cool. And maybe we'll use this on the cape or something later as well. Anyway, we'll see what the results are and go from there. Alright, so it kind of seems to have just sparkled the bottom. So we'll see how it looks after we satin varnish this hair and how it's all brought together then. And I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just very not as powerful as an effect I thought it'd be. Alright, we're going back to the skin briefly. I'm going to darken it down with this steel grey mixed with a tiny bit of Magos purple. And this is quite watery again. This is a lot darker, as you can see, so I don't want to go crazy with it. I'm just going to test it first. Alright, so I glued these pieces together off camera, just so I can start getting the vision together. So like I said, the pieces don't really just sit together on their own. Little issues, a little bit of a gap here. Once I glued it and I sat it in here, the pegs actually pried it apart a little bit. So that's a little bit annoying, but it still doesn't ruin the vision once it's all together. We're looking pretty good. Very, very dark. I don't know if I want to add a bit more of a shade of purple to this or what, but as for right now, that's where we're looking. Pretty good. I also, if you couldn't tell, I just shot a black gloss over that and the arms. So I just put a bit of mask over this and then just blasted it completely. And that's all I did to make it look like that. And the exact paint I used was this one, just a Dulux gloss finish. And yeah, that's all I did. And I just took a brush and went up real close and just tidied up all those edges. And that's all that's happened off screen. We'll do the cape now and go from there. All right, I got some more of this Hexed Lichen, and I put a little bit of black in it just to darken it a bit more. very watery, maybe even too watery. And I'm just gonna shoot it in the crevices of the cape. All right, moving very briefly onto these little wrist wrap things here. While the cape dries, I'm using royal purple. It looks more like a super dark blue, but it is purple for the most part. Just going straight on with a brush. Cool, righty. I got here the belt with the gems. I just masked off the part that's supposed to be red. And I got some rich gold. I'm just gonna blast that. That looks good. Alright, I got fluoro violet here, fluoro purple pretty much. I'm gonna spray this on the tips of the cape just to kind of make it look all different. All right, just hitting these little rim things with some gold. It's the same rich gold we used before. Now, this looks like dog pus right now, but I'm gonna do the other one and then I'll come back over it again and it might need 3 coats, who knows. All right, we've got some deck tan here. We are starting on the eyes. Now, as you'll notice, there's quite a little bit of a pink hue around where the eyes are, and that's from that red, that skin tone that we shot up there before we hit it with the gray. Really shining through and looking good now. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, on the eyes, we're using just some deck tan just to white them out, get them ready. All right. On to the eyebrows and stuff. All right, we are back onto the royal purple again. I feel like we're kind of just bouncing between the same three colors here, but that's just kind of the nature of this model, so it is what it is. I'm gonna put a glove on first because I'm gonna get this dirty. That took a really long time, not gonna lie. Gonna do the same to the other one. Woo! I got ahead of myself and started painting without recording. So currently, I did the eyelashes black. Now they look uneven. I guess they are a little bit, but it's mainly because this one's actually just bigger. That eyelash is just bigger than the one there. Can't do much about that. So basically, I've done a line down the center of where I think the middle of the eye should be looking. And now I'm doing the circle to fill the eye. And I'm gonna make it bigger and bigger until I'm happy with the size of the eyeball. And then we'll move on to color. I think that'll do for now. I might go in with white and try and reduce the size of that off camera, and I'll see how I go. Alright, I am busting out the premium brush that I have. This is currently my highest value brush. It is a Winsor & Newton Series 7. And it's a 00 size, right? I got this essentially just to do eyes better than what I have been, or to practice doing them anyway, just to keep the tip together, because all these brushes that I have at the moment, they're pretty cheap, pretty dog shit. So I'm hoping I can change that a bit by investing in some better brushes and taking care of them and whatnot. And what we're doing now is just blocking out the color part of the eyes with some deck tan. Where are my go-go gadget goggles? That's pretty much what I'm looking for. And I'll do the same with the other. Right, it is the exciting time of the eye color. Probably the most difficult part of this model is with most models. The damn eyes. Now, I had a look and it's not actually purple, or well it is in some references, and then the ones on their website are a little different. I'm gonna go with the pink. I got a deep magenta here, and we'll use that as the starting color. And then we'll go up to a fluorescent and see how we're going. So immediately before going any further than that tiny little dot, this is too bright as the starting color. So I'm gonna go back to that really deep blue, I think, and we'll use that as the very starting color. Back onto the wall, or the royal purple, sorry. And that is how our base color is going to start. Alrighty, now that we got both of those down, there it is. I'm going to just take some more black and just put the pupils in. Now, oh, that's really dull. Gotta be very careful not to put the pupils in the wrong spot, because that will make the eyes look, you know, cross-eyed, or like they're going somewhere that they shouldn't be. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna go do the same for the other one now. Okay, now we can dip into the magenta here. I want to use fuck all. I want to use like a tiny amount. And I'm gonna go, I want to like leave the top part of the iris darker and the bottom part more bright. That's what we're looking at currently. Time for the fluoro. Fluorescent magenta is the name. It's fluoro pink. This is what we're looking like at the moment, by the way. Pretty nice, very dark still. This is fucking many times brighter on top of being a fluoro, so I don't want to go too crazy right off the bat. But I might start with lines. Now that looks pretty fucking cool. I might do like a bit of a brighter shimmer on two sides of the iris. Alright, I think I'll call it quits there on that one. But I think the effect's pretty cool. I might push the directional thing I was just talking about a bit harder on the other one. I'll do it off screen and show you the result. Okay, this is what we're looking like. Pretty decent. The directional thing didn't work out quite as well. I ended up just blending them together a little too much, I think. But still looks pretty nice. We're gonna add a specular highlight. You can use any kind of just really bold, bright, pure white for this. Now, where to put it? I'm kind of thinking... Okay, looking pretty nice. I'm kind of thinking about doing one on the bottom as well. Just because the eyes are so freaking big. Fuck it, we'll do it. Ooh, I did it. Ooh. Now, I suppose I've got to do it to the other one now, too, don't I? Let's do it. And there we are. Now I will be applying several layers of gloss to the eyes directly. All right, we're doing the lips. I'm just gonna get a really watered down thin coat of this squid pink. Alright, for the gem on her head, it seems like it's a darker red to the other gems around her. So we're going to be using a Flesh Tearer's red contrast paint. It's pretty bloody looking paint. Should do the job. It's a pretty good looking jam. Oh my god. Okay, I got Scarlet Blood for the orbs here. I've already done most of them, but I'll just show these ones. Basically, and if you can notice, there's a bunch of like black and smudges. I'm gonna go back over this probably with a brush and just brush the gold back on, and then I'm gonna like chrome coat it. So don't worry about that. So this is just deck tan, 2 layers on the white to prepare for the red. And then I'm doing 2 layers of Scarlet Blood, which is the brightest red that I have. Voila! I'll put a second coat of that same red on these, and then we'll look at doing the gold again. I'll probably do that off screen, and then we'll do the clear coat, which I'm probably going to use resin for. Fingernails! Alright, we got whatever this says, crimson of some sort. This is from a set, so you can't just buy this on its own. And this is also not the color that is in the reference whatsoever. So you can use whatever. I think it's like a really light pink. I just thought a darker color would go better. So that's what I'm doing. Woo! All right, we'll do 2 coats of that and then gloss it, and they're done. I think that color's pretty cool. And with that, we're concluded. Thank you for watching and sticking around. You know, there's a lot of little flaws on this model. There's a lot of little things that aren't quite right. You know, little layer lines here and there, maybe a little bit of over brushing here and there. And quite frankly, I don't care. This model is not my best. I'm so strung for time at the moment in this very second, with all the other things I'm trying to do and my time frames and my actual job, like all mixing together. This is the best I could do with the time given, okay? So if you didn't know, or if I didn't put it at the start of the video, which I should have, this will be getting given away totally free to anyone that watches this video. All you need to do is join the Discord. You take a screenshot that you sub to this channel on YouTube, and you post that into the corresponding Discord channel in that Discord. It'll be labeled. You can't miss it. Yeah, like I said, like there's going to be little flaws here and there, little nicks and knacks. Maybe the leg will pop off. Who knows? If it does, put it back on. But anyway, I do apologize. The quality's kind of dropped. It's kind of going down, but rest assured, I've got much bigger projects in the works, and yeah, I just need the time. Like once I'm done this life size, I'll be able to put a lot more time into my videos again. But as for right now, I'm just kind of chilling them out. So I hope you like it. Please join the Discord to try and win it. I'm going to be, from the date of this upload, it'll be like a week from then, and then I'll draw the winner. So whenever that is, look out for that. And join the Discord, please, 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 please join the Discord.